This condo building at 20 East Elm is truly one of my favorite in the city. It's got a beautiful exterior from 1928 that you can see was intended as very stylish, very elegant housing. It started as apartments, later became condominiums, but either way, just a wonderful place to be. You're in a very popular neighborhood. You've got the lake on one end of the street, Rush Street on the other. So in the years since 1928, many other buildings have been built here, but all that time, 20 East Elm has remained true to its 1920s origins. You can feel all that style from the 1920s here in this fourth floor condo. It's been completely renovated. It was gutted when this owner moved in a few years ago, but many of the original details, of course, are intact. One you just couldn't do without is these great two-story living room windows facing south, bringing in a ton of light into this nice big room. You've also got a beautiful limestone fireplace, very large. I understand that when he moved in, that had been covered with paint. It's been returned to its gorgeous prime. And then above us, this great arched ceiling that really makes the room pop. Next to it, the ceiling is much lower. In what was a formal dining room, you now have more of a Hunt Club sitting room because who needs a formal dining room anymore? You eat everywhere else. So this has become sort of a study. It's got great textured wallpaper and a high gloss ceiling so that it has a real intimacy that contrasts with the openness of this room. The reason that ceiling comes down while this one pops up is that these apartments, when they were built in 1928, were designed for people who were coming in from the suburbs. It was supposed to feel like a suburban home in the city, so it's 2 stories high. So while you're living in the city, you still get this nice grand staircase, brings you up to give you a great feeling for this wonderful arched ceiling above you before you head for the bedrooms. There were originally 3 bedrooms. There still are after the gut job, but everything's been rejiggered, borrowing space from this to expand that, etc. And everything's been brought in new, from the gorgeous crown moldings to the wall coverings down to the floors. So what you have now is 3 bedrooms, 2 in the front that share a very sharp, crisply tiled bathroom with a beautiful tub. And then you come back to the back here to the master. This would have been a smaller bedroom. It was enlarged, and it also got a larger bath beyond it. That's got a great shower. It also has better water pressure than an old building like this typically has. All that has been upgraded. Water pressure, there's air conditioning, everything has been brought in this renovation. But some things from the past were retained, including this old fire hose rack. It's still attached to the wall, though now you could use it as a clothing rack. And here in the kitchen is another piece with a lot of history. This millwork pantry cabinetry was made to look as if it had been here from the 20s, and it's great. It's got these shallower shelves, and then you get this. This is an old coal chute that has been incorporated into the house, into this condo, and turned into sort of a bar pantry. All around in the kitchen, you've got lots of space. This whole thing was reconfigured. It's an eat-in area, and beyond us is a bathroom and a laundry room. And then here in the kitchen itself, you've got this nice island, the cabinetry. Everything, of course, has been redone. They wouldn't have had an island in the 20s. But it looks as if it could have been done this way if you'd had these materials in the 20s. Because after all, style never goes out of style.